This is Stylist John. Welcome to Beauty School Short Hair Boot Camp. I am going to work on some mannequin training. For those of you first-time stylists or stylists or barbers that are becoming familiar with doing short hair, the more you practice, the better you get, and practice till it becomes permanent. And when it becomes permanent, by you continuing being consistent, you become perfected in what it is that you're doing. So I'm always looking to perfect my craft, okay? And you should too. So today, I'm going to go back over consultation. I'm going to go back over hair cutting, molding in this particular video, and why. The reason why I'm going to go over consultation is because in consultation is very big on listening to your client and allowing your client to speak and making sure that you heard the client so that way you can solve the client's issues, okay? After you perform your consultation, then you perform your haircut, and if the client wants to become relaxed, then you relax or color their hair. Then you mold it down, and then you go through the process of curling, adding products, styling, and then rebooking them. Okay, that's the process. The process is consultation first, then haircut, then relax or color, then mold down the hair, then curl it, style it, and then rebook. Okay? Get a pencil, piece of paper, and write those steps down. And the reason why you want to write those steps down is because the better you become at each step, then the better your service will be, where your client has an exceptional experience every time they come into your salon, suite, or barbershop. Okay? And so, the first thing I'm going to work on is consultation. Now, when doing consultations, you want to make sure that you have your ears open and you listen to your client. Okay, you want to listen for whatever their problem is, and the reason why you want to listen to whatever their problem is because you want to be able to. You want to be the one to solve their problem. You want to be the one to be able to know what's going on with this particular client. What is their hair story? What are their hair challenges? And how can you fix it? Okay? There's product for just about every challenge. And if you know the challenge, then you know the right product to refer to them or to use a certain treatment on their hair, which makes you more money by providing treatments, which makes you more coin. Okay? It makes you a highly sought after stylist or barber whenever you're able to solve the client's problems, and you also are able to help grow the hair or maintain the integrity of the hair. Say it with me. Maintain the integrity of the hair. In anything you do, you want to have integrity. Integrity is what you do when no one's looking around. Okay? So, shortcuts with taking care of your hair or your body, we want to take that, throw those ways or habits in the trash, and we want to pick up new habits. We want to pick up self-care. We want to pick up healing. We want to pick up growth, and we want to pick up acquiring and understanding and learning new things, okay? So, whenever you give a consultation, you want to make sure you have a piece of paper in your hand, and you want to make sure that you take notes, okay? What you want to ask are who, what, when, where, and why, okay? Write that down on your paper. And how. Who, what, when, where, and how. Okay? The reason why how is last is because you want to ask yourself, how can I solve this person's problem? Okay? Okay, so the first question that I want to ask is, who was your previous stylist? That's a very important question to ask And the reason why it's an important question to ask is because you want to know who was helping to maintain their hair before they even started. Was it them? Was it their mama? Was it their grandmama? Who was the person helping them to take care of their hair? Okay. The second thing is what? What method are you using? Once you find out the method that they're using or the steps that they're doing, now you can reverse engineer how to solve the problem. If they have dry scalp, if they have ends that are becoming frayed and breaking off, those are treatments that we want to add to the service because we want to correct those particular problems. You want to ask when. When was your last hair color? When was your last relaxer? These are very important questions that you want to ask the client. Then you want to ask where. Okay? Where do you like to go? You want to find out their lifestyle. Once you find out what a person's lifestyle is, now you can better suit the hairstyle that will help maintain a person's behavior, look, appearance, and style so that way their hairstyle matches their lifestyle. Okay? Then you want to ask why. Okay? Why do you like this particular style? And they'll tell you, well, I like this particular style because it brings out my neckline, it brings out my cheekbones, it brings out, they get a certain level of results with the hairstyle that they get. That's the reason why they like it. So you want to find out why do they like this particular hairstyle. Now, after you've answered all 6 of these questions, you want to make sure that you have the name of the person, the date that you asked the questions that you performed in the service. You want to write down your recommendations, which is you coming up with treatments or solutions to the problem. Then you want to also write down on this same piece of paper their budget, their monthly budget for the service. Let's say they want to stay within $500 a month on getting their hair done. Okay? Then you want to find out, once you find out what their monthly budget is, you want to find out how frequent they want to come. Do they want to come weekly? Do they want to come bi-weekly? Or do they want to come monthly? Okay. So I'm going to go over the consultation sheet again. You want to know who, what, when, where, why, and how. You want to have their name, date of service, solution to the problem, and the treatment. You want to have their monthly budget, and you want to have how often they want to come in. Why? These are details that you want to add in. Then you want to have their contact number and email, as well as birthday. Now, why do you want to have contact number, email, and birthday? You want to have contact number, email, and birthday because you want to add this particular client and their information into your database, so when they come the next time, you have what you did the last time, you have how you solved their problem, and then you can arrange services catered just for them, okay? Anytime you treat a person with respect and kindness, and you provide good customer service, and you tailor the service for them, they're definitely going to come back and spend some more money with you. You want to make sure you maintain your money. So you want to love your way into providing great customer care for the customer, and you want to provide a great experience, which is when they're going to tell their friends and family, hey, so-and-so did my hair, John did my hair, this is what he did, this is what he did, I feel so good, it smells so good. They're going to tell people about what you're doing, and that's what's going to bring you some more return customers, and you definitely want to have return customers when you have a business. So write down what I said, take notes, and print you out a form. Print you out a form with all these in detail, and you want to make a thick stack of it, and you want to keep a notepad right here by your station with every customer where you write these things down. And you want to maintain your consultation list with all this information on there, because you're going to have to refer back to this whenever you want to get your rebookings. Okay? Rebooking is a big part of filling up your books. Okay? What do I mean by filling up your books? Filling up your daily activities and your daily calendar, which is your money. If your books is empty, then that means your bank account going to be empty because nobody is coming frequently to spend some money with you. You want to make sure that you have a frequency of finances. Why? Because you are abundant. You not only are abundant, you are wealthy. You are divinely wealthy. Being wealthy starts up here first, and it starts in here. And when you are abundantly wealthy, that means everywhere you go, money is going to follow you, because the first tangible resource to becoming wealthy, number one, is to think and grow rich. When you think of ideas, when you have methods and strategies that no one else is doing, it's going to make you extremely wealthy. And why is it going to make you wealthy? Because you're doing something that sets you apart from everybody else that nobody else is doing. And if you do these things, you're also going to become successful and wealthy. Because over a period of time, think about the number of clients you're going to have. If you did this every day for every client, and you had 100 clients that came into your space within a month, and you got this information, that's 100 clients in your database. Okay, you can send an email out to have them to come back, and then every time when they are about to leave the shop, you rebook them. So I see you in 2 weeks, so I see you in a week, so I see you in a month. You write down the information, and then when you write down the information, you put their next date on the calendar. When you put their next date on the calendar, then you know exactly when they're coming back. That's when they're going to bring you some more money and you provide a good service again. Okay, so the 6 steps is what? 1, consultation. 2, the haircut. 3, a relaxer or color service. 4, the mold. 5, the curling and styling. 6, rebooking. You want to follow these 6 steps: consultation, the haircut, relaxer or color, mold, curl and style, and rebook. If you follow these 6 steps, it's going to make you successful. Okay, so now, I've already done the consultation. Now move to the second step, which is the haircut. Now I have 4 mannequin heads, and I'm going to work on haircuts on these 4 mannequin heads, okay? I'm going to work on one at a time. I don't need to relax them, so we're going to skip step 3. And I don't need to color them. So after I cut them, I'm going to go through the molding process. I'm going to mold all 4 of them. I'm going to put them under the dryer, and as they dry one by one, I'm going to come back. I'm going to curl it, style it, and rebook the client. So for this look, for this particular look, I was going for a rock star look. Okay, a rock star look is tapered on the sides and back, and longer on the top, and I wanted movement going toward the face. Okay, so in my consultation, when I asked this particular client about their lifestyle, this particular client was telling me about how they like going partying, they like going clubbing. She like going to the club, so she might like going to Bliss and Fahrenheit. She might like going to the Ambassador. She likes being around music artists, and she likes also going to brunch and having a good time. She makes $50,000 a year as a nurse, and she liked the rock star look. She is a very pretty, brown-skinned young lady that enjoys dancing. She's very attractive, and she also enjoys making money. Okay, this is my client right here. So, because I know that she's attractive and she like dancing, I know that she's gonna sweat. And so, because she sweat, I need to make sure I have products in her hair where when she sweat, it don't come out in her face, where her hair is movable, but her hairstyle also lasts about a week or two, and we want to make sure her hairstyle lasts, okay? So, it's going to all start off with this cut. We want to make sure that this cut is fire. Why do I say fire? Because if the cut fire, then the mold going to be fire, and if the mold fire, then when you curl it, the curl is going to be fire. You can curl it any type of way, and it's still going to look the way how it's supposed to look for her personality and her lifestyle, because we're making hairstyles to fit the person and their lifestyle, okay? So, I like when ladies have a feathered bang. For some reason, as a man, when I see a woman with a feathered bang, it automatically get my blood going. I'm already aroused by it. Why? Because I like the mysterious look of a woman. I don't like women that look the same like everybody else. I like them to look just a little bit different. And it's okay that women look different. And why should women look different? Because not all women are the same. Not all women are shaped the same. Not all women have the same ideas. Even though they're all women, there are individuals. So we want to make this custom tailored for her and her lifestyle, okay? So, I'm going to cut her hair. And when I cut her hair, I'm going to angle my cut going forward towards her face. Now, as I cut, I'm going to lean this particular cut going towards her face because I want this to have movement. Anytime you want to have movement, then, matter of fact, I'm going to angle it away from her face. The reason why I'm going to angle it away from her face is because if I angle her backwards, it's going to fall forward, okay? So, I'm going to grab a clip. I'm going to go section by section. And I'm point cutting at the very top. I can see where I need to cut. Because I want this cut to blend, okay? Why am I point cutting? I'm point cutting into the hairline because I want this particular section that I'm cutting to blend and go forward. So I'm holding it backwards so it's going to fall forward, okay? Because I want her to have the bang in her eyes. All right, so we got forward movement. I'm going to grab all of this together. And I'm just going to point cut. I'm giving the texture. I love textured haircuts. And I love feathered bangs. And this fits this particular client because of her lifestyle. She likes the rock star look. Okay, look number one, done. Now I'm gonna mold it down. When you're molding down hair, however you want the hair to lay, that's how you mold it down. So, I'm using my Nairobi foam wrap. And I'm saturating the hair so the hair glides and lays down the way that I want to curl this hair. I want this bang to go to one side, so when I mold her down, I'm going to mold her to the right. Alright, so this is how I want her to lay. This is her mold going to the right. I want the movement going to the right side, so when I mold her down, okay. She's going to go into the dryer. I'm going to bring up client number 2. This is client number 2. This client number 2. This is Becky. She like brothers. She worked a corporate job at U.S. Bank. She likes keeping her hair short up top because, number one, sisters like to keep their hair short up top. And she likes those pin curls. So when I mold her, I'm going to mold the hair down around the sides of her face. Her hair pretty much is cut. I'm just going to do a little cleanup here and there. What I'm doing is I'm combing the hair the way how I live. I like the way this lays. I do see a few areas I need to fix in this cut right here in the back. And the way how I'm going to fix it is I'm going to use my hands. I'm going to hold it at a 45 to a 90 And I'm just going to trim. There we go. I want this to lay a little smoother than what it's laying. The way how I'm going to get this to lay a little smoother is there's a little bit of a line right here. I'm going to pull that line out. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to pull out, and I'm just going to cut the pieces that are in the way till they're even. And calm down and go in and pull out. Just trim right there. All right, now we're going to mold it down. Forgive my cough. I have a little bit of a cough because of the weather. It was cold, very cold one day, and it was hot. It was cold inside the building, but hot outside. And so anytime you're in and out of the cold, going into the dryer. I'm going to do some corrective cuts to this. Alright, with this next cut right here, this is also another Rockstar cut. I'm going to start from the back and go forward. So the goal with this haircut is movement to the front and spikes, swoops. It doesn't have to be even, it has to be textured. This is a very textured haircut. Now I'm gonna mold it down and put it under the dryer. Alright, got this cut and molded. Now for the final cut and mold. Alright, the first thing I want to do with this particular cut, checking how the bangs land, because I do like the peekaboo look, but I want to clean this up right here. So I'm just going to go right over the eye. And I'm going to make a visible line from this part of the cheek to this part of the hairline. Okay. And here, I want it to go into like a V structure, so I'm going to go here and clean this up amongst the hairline. And then I'm going to go here, stretch this part down, cut this tail off, and have go from here over. Okay. I'm just going to go in the point cut. But haircutting is literally your imagination. And there's nothing wrong with you imagining how you want a person to look before you finish the cut. And as I look at a person, I always see shapes and angles of how I want their hairstyle to be. So we're going to mold her. Alright, so while the mannequins are under the dryer, okay, the next video that I work on is going to be the follow-up video of the curl, style, and rebooking. Okay, so in this video we cover the consultation, we cover all the questions, the who, what, when, where, why, how, name, date of service, solution to the problem, treatment, the monthly budget that they want to spend, how often they want to come in, their contact, email, and how regular, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, okay? This is your client contact form that you want to have for every client. Why? Because you want to keep a database of every client that comes in, because you got to be able to rebook them, because that's your money, all right? The next video is going to be part 2, and we're going to cover curling, styling, and rebooking, okay? In this video, we cover consultation, haircut, we skipped relaxer and color, and we did a mold, okay? It's 6 steps to providing a great quality service. Consultation, haircut, relaxer or color, mold, curling and styling, and rebooking the client. When you rebook the client, you're pretty much putting them on the schedule for them to come back in to get a service. And you want to make sure that you keep your clients coming in for regular service and constantly solve their problems every time they come in. I'm Stylist John. I'm a short hair specialist in St. Louis. I'm also a barber, braider, natural hairstylist. If you want a service from me, you can book me online at www.stylistjohn.com, 314-359-5499. I can get you fly. And if you want to take a short hair class, I have a 2-day class that's $1,500 where I teach you several different ways on how to cut the hair how to mold, curl, style, and rebook the client.